Alright guys, I'm back on this thing this morning. You can see I done got my C-notch plate put on here. Trying to find the bump stop. Your bump stop, that's going to be your center of your axle. Obviously, that's where it's been all these years. So anyways, you got to cut that out if you're doing a C-notch. If you're not, just ignore this part. But anyways, be careful when you're up here cutting around. You don't want to cut too much of this frame out. You want to leave as much of the original frame as possible. Of course, this plate's going to sturdy it up, but anyway, cut your hole out. Be careful and check your frame rails, because there's wires and stuff that's clipped in up here. Make sure you pull all that out or you'll cut right through it. Set your C-notch plate up there. If you get this hole good, it should fit in there good and tight, especially where it slides up under the bed here. And I have took a center punch and punched these holes and drilled them. The only issue with that is right here. I've got a right angle drill. I've got all kinds of drills, and I've not really found one yet that will go in here and drill these holes without walking just a little bit, because like I said, typically your drill's up against the bed. So what I do, I just slide the C-notch plate on and drill my holes. So again, basically when you're taking this thing apart, I do one side at a time. I've done it to where I've pulled the whole rear end out, pulled the dry shaft, and just slide the rear end over these leaf springs. Sometimes you got to, because you can't hardly get these things out. But I like to take the leaf springs out, it kind of limbers them up. I'll put a little grease on them, and go in here and get your shock off. Now here's these shock extenders I've always talked about. For whatever reason on these square bodies, these things come with one long bolt. I can't get that one long bolt to work. It wants to ride up against your plate that holds your rear end on. This here. When you put it up on here, it wants to kind of ride up against it. So I always just put one bolt on the side over here, and one through there's one right here, going right through the middle. I don't know if you can see that or not. And anyway, that's all there is to it. Like I said, the hardest part's getting the U-bolts off, the old U-bolts. Now here's these cups that flip it. And you see this hole needs to go toward the front of the truck. Because when you take that axle out from under the spring, if you've got it like this, your drive shaft's going to be way too short. So make sure it's this way. Now I have run into problems with drive shafts. Not very many. Typically I don't have any issue with them. This one's a two-piece, so I don't know. Hopefully I don't have any problems with it, but we'll find out here momentarily. But anyways, again, the hole goes toward the front. It just sets on, see this little stud here that holds the leaf spring pack together. It sets on top of that. Let your rear end down. It'll set in that hole. You can see I'm not centered, so I'll leave all this loose and then move to that side, get that side on top. Once I get that side on top, I will center it up and tighten everything down. So again, that's just how I do it. I'll take one leaf spring off, leave the rear end supported with the jack, take that leaf spring off, go to the bottom. Of course, you want to start, put your front in, put the front of the leaf spring in first. Loosen this bolt, that way this will flex, and take this one out. And then just jack the rear end up, put your leaf spring up, put your bolt in, and you're done. Or not done, but you've got the rear end on top of the springs. So anyways, again, just a quick explanation. I can't set this phone up and show y'all how I do it step by step, but like I said, it's relatively simple. Anyone can do this if they want to. It's just a few simple little hand tools. Alright guys, I'm going to move on to the passenger side and try to get this thing buttoned down. I've got a lot to do today. Have a good one, and hopefully I'll do a walk around on this truck. I know some of y'all are probably going to be mad at me. I asked for opinions on what to do with this truck. A lot of people said just leave it. put the rallies on it. My dad actually told me to do that, but I just like them lowered. I got to the rod run, seen a couple of long wheelbases been lowered, and you know, of course, I've had a few that I've lowered. So anyway, that's what's happening with this one. So, like I said, I'm gonna move the passenger side track, get this thing buttoned down, get it out in the side, get it outside in the sun, and let y'all check it out. I've still got to put the front spoiler on, the side trim. I've got a lot to do, but this is the main part. Anyway, I'm gonna get busy. See you later.